CNN, MSNBC, The View, CBS. Y'all name them. Name them all. They're not really fond of Trump. We know this. They only look and watch to see what they can flip. And it's a true saying that, y'all, they views are dropping like flies. Okay? Dropping like flies. So we finna dive into the video, y'all. And then we're going to chop it up towards the end. Okay? So with that being said, let's dive in.
Liberal media is looming, and the left has a message for the suffering media companies. Senator Bernie Sanders shared on X, if CBS caves, the belief that we have an independent media protected by the First Amendment is undermined. CBS stand tall, support the Constitution. Meanwhile, CNN and MSNBC are laying off staffers left and right. And Trump is predicting, quote, MSNBC is close to death. CNN has reached the bottom. This is a good thing. They are the enemy of the people. One of Trump's biggest foes, CNN's Jim Acosta, is also reportedly getting booted to a midnight shift from his 10 a.m. show.
Wow.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true.
But
they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
Boom.
Nothing beats
Drop
a
mic.
President Trump press conference. All right.
For
and
real.
With that, reports are circling that CNN's CEO, Mark Thompson, urged his on-air talent to not express outrage during the coverage of the president's inauguration. Joe, we're going to start with you because I know you're a huge fan of Jim Acosta.
Biggest ever.
Close personal friend.
Yeah. We
Watch
went
him all the
bowling
time.
last night. Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us, what is his future? What's in his future, and what does that mean for CNN?
His future is either working midnights, right, which is quite the turn from 10 a.m., or he's going to quit the network altogether. This guy has been a journalist. I'm sorry, not a journalist. I meant that sarcastically. An activist from day one, right? He is like this cheesy actor that you see on Skinamax around 3 a.m. It's all performance art. We saw it before. I'm sorry, I meant
Joe, I know you got a lot of TVs at your house.
Yeah, well, I do. I showed you before. Here's the bottom line.
Keep it PG, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that. I meant Cinemax.
It's only 6 p.m.
It's a Sunday night. All right, this thing's off the rails completely.
Right,
here's the bottom line. CNN needs to make some big changes, right? Jim Acosta was a White House correspondent, as we saw there during Donald Trump Part 1. And then the minute he left office, curiously, he ran out of that White House briefing room like faster than Saquon Barkley. In other words, like, I can't ask a Democratic administration the kind of questions I asked a Republican administration. CNN is averaging 300,000 viewers in prime time. Let me put that in perspective. Whoa. Toledo, Ohio has a bigger population than 300,000, yet they're in 90 million homes. Changes have to be made, and it starts with sending this cheesy D-list actor out to pasture, whether it be midnight or gone completely.
Or 3 a.m.
Or 3 a.m.
For the audience at home, because Joe's my friend, he is not a big Jim Acosta fan, just for absolute clarity.
Okay.
Brian, there was an anonymous TV exec that was quoted before the election saying that if Trump were to win, it would mean that the mainstream media is dead. Well, he won, so is the mainstream media dead.
Well, I think this is their moment of choosing, right? How do they want to approach things? I mean, the CBS thing is interesting to me. I don't know the law on this. But
that was dead.
They did a bad thing when they took an answer from Kamala Harris that would have been enlightening for the American public, and they spiffed it up to look like she knew what she was talking about. I just think that's bad business, and I think you're losing the trust of your viewers. So they can make a choice now. They can move Acosta to midnights or wherever they're going to move him, and they can start to put some voices in the lineup who will deal honestly with what's going on. Or they can lean into what they've been doing. And in that case, I agree. Who's watching that stuff? There are too many places to get your news to spend your time watching the Toledo, Ohio, size audience of whatever. That's amazing. It's an amazing shrinkage in their audience, Joe.
Shrinkage, yeah. My favorite Seinfeld episode.
That's right.
Huge shrinkage, boy.
What's happening? Molly,
I'm not going to pick on Toledo or
I love Toledo.
Actors, right, or Skinamax.
We're lifting up Toledo here.
But in the spiffing up category, we had a great deal of media that's now doing a look back and admitting that they covered up some stories and perhaps didn't delve as deeply into then President Joe Biden's health and well-being, and we all act surprised when the debate occurred. And then in the wake of that, people are angry. They feel like they didn't get all the information from news sources that they were turning to and trusting.
KJP.
So it's unsurprising that this is the result to some extent of people turning away from those news entities that they feel like didn't give them the full story. It happened before, though, during the Russia hoax era.
Yeah.
There were huge, if you watch certain networks, you would think that President Trump was going to be taken away to prison at any moment, and they were going to prove that he was best friends with Putin and all of these wild, wild things.
Right.
And it all turned out to be utterly false. And when the Mueller report came out and said ratings tanked on these networks because people felt like they didn't get the truth, they didn't get the real story, they didn't get all the perspectives. And that's one of the wonderful things that Fox does so well is the variety of perspectives.
Joe, what do you predict for the next 4 years in terms of coverage?
Oh, I think there's going to be a lot of we're seeing the layoffs right now, literally before us. There's going to be a lot of consolidation. As far as coverage, I think, to Brian's point, the reflex, the DNA of so many people that are in this industry is to whatever Trump says is wrong, is bad, and therefore will be criticized. And it becomes this thing you don't want to be in television, and that is predictable. You don't want to be an echo chamber. And what separates Fox, and I'm not saying this because I work for Fox, because for many years I covered Fox before I joined here as a contributor. We have an actual news division, right? You watch Special Report with Bret Baier, and you see an actual news show, right, where you're getting just objective journalism, right? Bill Hemmer and Dana Perino, America's Newsroom, that is a great show because they have so many Democrats on because they realize it's fair. You don't see that on MSNBC or CNN. MSNBC at night, when they have like an election night coverage, it's Rachel Maddow, it's Nicole Wallace and Joy Reid, 3 opinion hosts. When we have election night coverage, we have actual journalists on and not the opinion people. The opinion people there to get perspective, but they're not anchoring. And that is the whole difference that we're seeing here.
Is there anyone named Joy that is actually joyful?
That's a very good point. Joy Behar, Joy Reid.
Oh, that bimbo.
As long as they don't work in the media, yes, they probably are.
Actually,
if they work in the media,
actually, if you're watching, your
wonderful
Joy.
Joy.
I love you,
Joy.
Probably a lovely individual. Brian, good.
There's a Joy in Toledo watching this show,
and we love you. Joy Behar, not so much.
Go Toledo.
All right. Thank you for that, Brian. All right, still ahead. A box office flop has been nominated for 2 Oscars. Is it because it's an anti-Trump film? We'll cover it next.
I believe
Sean
it.
Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Okay, y'all. So, yeah, as y'all can see, the ratings are dying. Will they change it? Only time will tell. But it goes to show you, God don't like ugly. To be honest with you, they probably going to try to save the platform and probably, like he said, get rid of them people and move some people in who can actually be able to not be biased and be able to, say, first of all, say the truth, okay? Say the truth. Stop flipping stuff and saying these people are saying certain things and they not, or playing certain clips, or like they said, edited that whole Kamala situation. Like, stop. This is the reason why the ratings are going down and they could possibly be bought out because of this mess. Stop spreading the lies. That's why y'all need to share this video so we can get the truth up out there. At the end of the day, it just takes time. It don't even take that much time out your day to figure this stuff out. Figure this stuff out at all. And there's actually this app that I got from, what is his name? But he said it's for I guess people that argue or whatever, you can look it up to see what's true about it and what's not and all this other type of stuff. I forgot the name of the app. I got to get it out my phone, but it's pretty dope because it's AI too. I just forgot the name of it, but it's pretty dope because it's a like he stated, it's a way of getting your point across and saying what you have to say respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I get it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm being me. I'm saying how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's how I feel or whatever. Don't get upset because you don't agree with something I say. And if you don't agree, say it respectfully. Because I'm not finna read or engage into you calling me out my name or saying this. Like, you have your right to say what you want to say, but say it respectfully, regardless if you upset or mad about the situation or whatever it is. Say what you got to say, but say it respectfully, because I'm not going to waste no time reading it. I know my day ones. I know when somebody comes in the comment section who's new. I know when somebody coming in there just wanting to say something just for the hell of it and get gone. Don't even watch it. Just want to come in, watch a few seconds, and then want to say something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I open up the comment section for us to talk. That's why we like, let's chat up in the comment section. But you got to be respectful, because nobody's going to tune in or listen to you or even pay you attention if you're coming off being disrespectful. You can get your point across. I promise you, you can, in a peaceful way. Because like I always say, we may be able to learn something from each and every one of us. And I say, let's talk in the comment section too, because you have people who are actually on the journey, who's reading, who's learning through your comments. You're helping somebody through your comments. So at the end of the day, y'all, don't be the problem. Help the problem. Okay? Don't be the problem. Let's help the problem.